Hi, Stitchers!
Hi, I'm Laura.
And I'm Keisha, and we're the Pattern Queens, and this is Stitch With Us, episode 39. Woohoo! Today is Saturday, October the 7th, and this is a channel about cross-stitch.
And friendship and shenanigans and stitching on a Saturday to make everything work the way that we need it to.
Because I am pumpkin patching tomorrow.
We also have other events tonight and things that we're going to film. So we thought it would be just fun to do it all together today.
Just all day, all us.
You get to see the office decorated.
Yes.
Katie finished putting some things up. Kind of fun.
And then Laura was dressed this way to film with Katie, and I just decided I was going to wear a skeleton t-shirt today. And my boy said, "You're an X-ray." So. But anyway, we'd like to welcome you to our old subscribers. Hello again. And to our new subscribers. Hey, good to see you. Hope you like us. So we're going to both be working on the same thing. We're working on Halloween at Granny's by Carolyn Manning. I'll go ahead and show you mine. I've already started mine. And this is everything called for. 28 count espresso linen from Witchelt and all of the called for DMCs.
And I am starting mine today. So I am working on a piece of 28 count linen from Color and Cotton. It's a limited edition. And I'm going to start down here in this corner. I put in 3 stitches already. Woo-hoo. And I am using all of the called for DMCs. Did I say it was a 28 count? It is, because that's what she had. When we were there, I said, I can use anything 28 to 36 or 40 count. And this was available. And so that's what we went with. It was only in this color.
I think it's going to look so cool on that.
I love your espresso, which I know is the called for.
I just thought it looked, with the colors, it looked really retro, which is the whole, point is the retro granny square kind of feel.
It's kind of fun. They took the granny squares and turned them on point so that they're all diamonds.
And if you like this one and you haven't seen the others, this is a whole series of patterns and a lot of different
Granny is no square is one of them. I don't know the rest of them. But Carolyn Manning is always coming out with something fabulous. And I am definitely hooked.
Yeah. I have quite a few of her patterns, quite a few started. So
I was trying to decide if this made 3 or 4 for me. I have Thistle and Ruby and Sea Glass and Halloween at Granny's. Yes.
Because I have 3, because I don't have Thistle.
I'm going to have to get you to start another one on your own. That's what I'm hearing.
I have several that there are a couple. There's another Halloween one that I really like. That's a little bit different than her usual.
I messaged Keisha this week and told her, I don't know what happened, but I think I saw a comment about long dog samplers. And I got on and looked through the site and found, about 5 or 6 patterns that I think I just need.
Yes.
What would I need them for? I'm not going to get that done in my lifetime.
Right. Yeah, there are a few, I have Pandemic. And I have
that.
And I have a Joy Songs, which was the one that was released at Market this year. I bought it at Market. But I really like, she has one called Crosswords that I really like, that I would like to get, but I have not purchased it because at the rate I'm going with Death by Cross Stitch, I could have grandchildren graduating high school. That's when I finish that.
I have one that I bought in a cross stitch shop, and I don't know what I was thinking because I would much rather have it in PDF form. So probably I will get it again. It's called Dawn Chorus. It makes me feel, it gives me Christmas vibes, but that's not what the words say.
No, really.
So, and it's very different for her too. But one of the ones I really liked was For Some Real. I can remember one of my friends stitched that several years ago. and I just loved watching her do it. So it's actually four smaller charts together, smaller,
Right.
together. And I don't know if I would stitch them separately or what, but it would be kind of fun. And I thought maybe I could even do them seasonally, even though they're not the same color or they're not the same size.
Oh.
I would make them each their own seasonal color.
Oh, that would be fun. And then just kind of rotate through and see which one you finish first.
Yes.
Sort of thing.
And
That could be fun.
maybe I would start on if I got that one, I would start on the solstice day and yes, have it out just for the season.
That could be really fun.
Not this fall.
Yeah.
Maybe winter. But we'll see if I decide I need to get that. And there was a few others too. I can't think what the one was. Lo and Behold is a really fun one. And if you read what she writes about those things, it's so fun to see it too. But
yeah, I always enjoy reading her explanations of her pieces.
Carolyn Manning just keeps designing faster than I can stitch. For sure. She'll come out, she won't just come out with one at a time. She'll come out with 5 or 6.
A whole series.
So I love them. I'm definitely hooked.
They're fun. They're nice. For the most part, they're kind of just calming because there's not a lot of color change. Everything kind of fits a pattern.
They would be great group stitching. Also, some of the ones that we have gotten and started will also have smaller charts with them. So you could do just a smaller piece.
Right.
I don't know that I would really call it a small since it's solid.
Right. There's a lot of stitches in those things.
This one is a little bit different because you do have space between them.
Because with the other ones that I've picked, I haven't really cared so much about the color that I put them on. I know I chose a darker fabric for sea glass just because I'm doing that with one strand and I wanted the coverage to look pretty full, and most of the greens are darker.
And I chose a color that I thought would be easy to work with, but that was kind of complementary. I chose, I think, a Witchelt fabric, and I chose it just because it would give better coverage, and I felt like it would look better.
Right.
This is short floss. I already have to get another piece.
I'm just going around and that's not what I feel like. So what's new with you this week?
Well, not a whole lot. We had conferences at school this week, and then we were out of school on Friday. And sorry, trying to find my scissors. They're in here. Oh, they're right here. Hello. And then we have PD on Monday, professional development on Monday. So we won't have any students then either. And that's made for a fun weekend. Katie and I have been checking out some different things that we would maybe like to use for future events.
Oh, fun.
So it's always fun to have a weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Just to kind of relax.
And really, we did it because we're kicked out of the house while the other two are working on a minor bathroom remodel. So we should have new flooring and a couple of new fixtures.
Nice. Good time to get away.
A taller vanity.
A taller vanity, yes.
Katie's here too.
Hi.
That's that Katie Landis.
Katie Landis.
The disembodied voice is back again.
We love our disembodied voice.
And how about you?
Not a whole lot besides just, work and work and family stuff. I was treated to a fashion show this morning.
Oh, awesome.
Because we have started bringing out the winter clothes since it decided to get cold all of a sudden on us. And so they're either shirts that James has never seen or they're shirts that he just hasn't seen for a long time. And so I'm getting myself ready and he comes in and he goes, "Look, a Sesame Street shirt." And I was like, "Cool, bud." And he leaves. He comes back a few minutes later and he goes, "Surprise, a monster shirt." Great, buddy. Glad. And then I come out, I'm finished getting ready. And then I look at him and he has a monkey shirt on. So just a full on fashion show for me this morning.
That's fine.
So, and then tomorrow we're going to go to the pumpkin patch with my mom. And that's going to be really fun. James is always excited to go to the pumpkin patch. So we're excited for those adventures. He gets to go on the carousel as many times as he wants, which I'm sure he'll take full advantage of.
And what did you tell me? Is that what he's big enough to do this year?
Yeah, so last year he was big enough to go on the carousel, and then they had a little tractor carousel, or just the little tractors that they went around in a circle, and some playground equipment. They have a lot of like bouncy pads and stuff that the kids can jump on, and last year we did not let him do that. But this year he might be scrappy enough to get in there and bounce with the other kids, but we'll see. He may also get intimidated.
I do recess duty 1 day a week, and it was on Thursday. And while I was out there, these two boys had been running around and ended up running at each other, kind of on a curve. So at the last second, didn't have time to see each other and smacked into each other. And of course, smacked heads.
Of course.
So that was quite the trauma for the two. And I just, they were both upset, and I popped them both up and I said, "Hey, that was totally an accident." Yeah. And they both said, "Uh-huh. I said, "Hey, can you just tell him you're sorry that happened and you got hurt?" And one little boy said to the other, "I'm sorry that you got hurt." And the other little boy thought that meant that they were in trouble. So I kept having to reassure him, "You are not in trouble. Nobody did that on purpose. That it was really okay." But it makes you feel better when somebody says sorry.
Right. Oh, man. Oh, and that's rough too. Whenever you're just running around and you just bonk right into a friend. Oh.
And it was really cute because the one guy was really upset. And a few minutes, he had gone off with another friend and they were kind of walking around and hanging out. But a few minutes later, I saw the one that they bonked together. And he had his arm around him and was walking along, patting him on the arm and talking to him, telling him it was all okay.
Oh, that's so nice.
It was lovely.
It's nice to see kids be kind like that.
But I get it. I mean, you generally don't say sorry unless you're in trouble.
Right.
At that age, anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Poor guys.
They're pretty cute.
Yeah, I have my poor son who anytime he I say "ow," if he does something, like steps on my foot or something on accident, he'll go, "I did not mean to. I did not mean to." Like, it's okay. You're all right. It was an accident.
We definitely have those kids at school who are just a little ornery and do things. So I'm sitting here looking at my needle minder. And I think by now it's probably safe to talk about it. I'm using the needle minder from the September retreat in a box. So I have Cinderella's pumpkin carriage.
Ooh, I should switch mine out. I have a narwhal that we got from our friend Lara, who used to make needle minders and sell them. And James always calls it my whale. Are you going to use your whales?
So I have my narwhal scissor fob.
Oh, nice.
That was from Lois from Lady Dot Creates. And it was in conjunction with Hands-On Design. Kathy was doing all of the money. Kathy wasn't doing it. Lois decided to donate all of the money from the sales of it
Mhm.
to Special Olympics in honor of Kathy's son.
Oh, that's so,
So
nice.
really sweet. And I thought Katie had the whole series.
Mhm,
You could only get Narwhal online.
mhm.
And so I got Katie a Narwhal scissor fob and got one for myself. But I just love it. Lois does great scissor fobs. She does really fun ones.
Mhm.
Did you get one at our in-person retreat that was one of the tags, like the locker tags?
Yeah, I think so.
I love those. They're so fun. I have not gotten one yet, and ooh, do I want one. The hard thing for me is that when you see them out in the wild,
Mhm.
I can never decide which one should go
Right.
home with me.
Right. That's the hard thing.
Yes. Okay, so I know you're doing pumpkin patch. Are you doing any other fall activities? Do you have anything planned?
Well, we're trying to decide. So usually fall means Renaissance Festival for our family.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good friend that we go with every year, and we've been going since before I was even dating my husband. So we've been going for a long time. And but this year, my friend's like, "Do you really want to go? Because you don't have to if you don't want to. Because now we have uh, a weird aged person to take to the Renaissance Festival because he's not quite small enough that he'll just fall asleep in a stroller like he did last year, but also not old enough that he really wants to watch like a magic show for 15 minutes, you know." So instead of going to the Renaissance Festival, we may go to the botanical gardens.
Oh,
They're doing a scarecrow walk.
oh, fun.
And there are scarecrows that lead from basically the entrance to the children's garden. And the children's garden is going to have a pumpkin maze and all kinds of other things to do. And it's about halfway between me and my friend. And so we may be going and doing that this year.
Now, you guys had season passes this year.
Mhm.
Did you feel like you used them?
Oh, we've used them. We went 3 or 4 times so far.
Mm-hmm.
So they paid for
Paid for it,
themselves.
yeah.
I think that we probably will do it again next year, just because it's a nice way to get out and go do something that's not just the normal things to do here in the city.
It's kind of a nice place to go for a nice walk too, right?
And like so my friend that we'd be meeting lives in the same area as my parents, so it's about halfway between my house and my parents' house too. And my mom has said that she would pick up James and take him on an outing if Timothy and I just wanted to go.
Aw, that's awesome.
So we haven't taken her up on that yet, but we might this fall. And then I know that they do some things around Christmas time, so we definitely enjoyed doing that.
And we're talking about this. That is Powell Gardens.
Yeah, and the membership lets you get into other botanical gardens too.
Oh,
And
awesome.
we haven't used that perk yet, but I know it gets us into a garden in Des Moines, so, which is where my in-laws live.
You'll have to try that.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. And
With-
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
Oh, I was gonna say our last fall activity, well, family activity, will be going to the city that I work for. Does a fall festival trunk or treat.
Oh, fun.
And a lot of my coworkers are decorating trunks, and we're not, because we're going to take the kid trunk or treating. So I think that'll be fun. Also, this coming Friday is Friday the 13th. And during the month of October, I always watch Comedy of Terrors with Vincent Price and Boris Karloff. And we will be doing that on Friday the 13th this year.
Cool. When Katie lived in Columbus, there was the Arboretum that was close to you, and it was beautiful. The facility was gorgeous, and we went a couple of times. But one of the times that we went, they were having a butterfly release.
Ooh.
So you went into the room and all of the butterflies were in there and had hatched, and I just love that. That's just fascinating to me.
That
So
sounds fun.
it's really cool.
It almost went. And maybe it's an arboretum and not a botanical garden, but what the more that we could get into. We almost went for our anniversary this last year because they did some sort of like projection onto a dome with dinner.
Oh,
Almost did that for our anniversary, but we didn't end up doing it.
that sounds fun. We've always liked things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be outside and walking around like that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I don't get to do that a whole lot since my husband isn't very mobile anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, and we went a couple of times with friends to Powell Gardens. Well, one time, our friends who are married who have a couple of boys came with us, and we kind of split off, and the moms went and walked for a little bit and left the dads with the boys, and that was nice because usually when we're walking around, we can maybe go on a route that doesn't take us to the children's garden. But we have to eventually go to the children's garden. It's very important. So where else are you going to play with giant wood chimes and dig in the dirt?
when Bree was little, we went down to visit Jeff's brother and sister-in-law, and we ended up going to a working farm that had Clydesdales.
Ooh.
And that was fascinating because you realize that Clydesdales are large,
Yeah.
but it's not until you're standing next to them that you realize exactly how large they are. So that was fun.
One of the things I regret is I used to live in the town where the Budweiser Clydesdales are at,
Oh,
and I never went to see them. Should have done this.
it's very cool because seriously, I mean, I've been around horses most of my life, but that was just fascinating because they're just huge.
Yeah.
I've almost made it around this diamond.
Nice. So do you have any fun fall activities planned for yourself?
We really don't have anything outdoors. We are currently hosting through BNS Humans versus Zombies, which is stitching challenges. So Keisha is participating,
I got taken down by a zombie on Thursday.
but she got revived.
Got revived, but I was trying to make half of her stitches and I didn't do it. Almost.
You were very close though.
If we had added all 4 people who were stitching at our table, we would have beaten her, which she thought was funny.
It took 3 of us, right? To beat her.
Oh yeah. 4 we would have really truly.
Yeah. I think we would have had half again as much by the time we added everything in. But it was pretty funny, yeah, because I think everybody kind of we were here at the office for stitch night, and because we were here and Keisha was doing it, we were trying to be supportive. So everybody just kind of jumped in. So none of us Keisha was prepared, but the rest of us weren't really prepared to do it. And we were just trying to figure out what we could do to make it work.
Well, it was funny because Katie set alarms. Sorry guys, I feel better. My cough just is not going away. She set alarms because it's a 10-minute stitching sprint. And then she kept trying to play hype me up music while I was doing it. I am happy to report that I got 50, but that's only because I was stitching in a straight line. So
the good thing about these kinds of challenges is that it takes 2 legs to make 1 full stitch. So you can actually tent stitch, which makes you a little faster if you're doing, now were you crossing each stitch? Or
Well,
no, you were using DMC.
Yeah. So I had like basically the section I worked on was 60 some stitches all the way down. And so I did all one way and then I was coming back and I didn't quite make it all the way. So I counted all of the uncrossed legs as half.
But that makes it easier at least to try and do that.
And then I can tell you that I did not get 50 stitches the rest of the night. So I'm not a very fast stitcher. This was like as focused as I could have possibly been. So
Okay, next I want this one. It's so funny to sit here. I laid my threads. I am not prepared at all. And I laid my floss out for this first diamond in the order that I thought I would stitch them.
yeah.
So I finished with the first color. I'm on to color number 2. And it's a green to go on this green fabric.
Ooh.
If you have not yet tried coloring cotton fabric, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's beautiful fabric to work on.
And it has a nice feel.
I stitch on everything. I haven't stitched on her Ada, but both the linen and even weave are very nice.
And I only had problems with that last one, and we still haven't figured that out. I don't know whether it's just it got mismarked or whether it was because it was the light floss.
Right.
But it was me. It was all me and what I wanted. Okay, this one I have to look a little more, but that's okay.
Almost all the way around in line.
Really?
Then the center of this one is the same purple, so I may just skip on down.
And finish color complete on this one.
So the nice thing about using a very dark fabric is you can't really tell if you carry your stitches just a little bit.
Here's the pro tip I will give you about stitching with light and dark threads is that you are generally encouraged to do your light threads first so that you don't pick up a dark thread from behind them.
And then push it up.
And distort your floss.
Also, here's a thing I learned the hard way. If you're coming back from a Halloween party and you're stitching on white fabric, take off your red costume gloves.
Oh no.
Because I ruined a piece that was on white fabric and had a lot of white on it because I was wearing cheap red costume gloves.
Oh no.
That's an unrelated tip, but maybe it will help somebody.
Okay. Katie and I are also doing the 13 stitches of Halloween that Athena Stitching Goddess Designs hosts. And we have finished working on 3 projects already. We've had our 3rd check-in, so that's kind of fun.
And that's over on the Black Needle Society's Floss too.
Yes.
Go check that out.
But I know that you have some fun. This is my only new start, this piece. So I'm stitching on this today and tomorrow for our 13 stitches. I have one that was a new start last year that I can't wait to work on. But I'm really excited about a lot of them. The one I was working on prior to today, I have decided it just needs to become my 25/7 until it's done.
Oh, really? You're loving it that much?
Well,
or
it's
just
really both. It's really, really close. I finished, it's Miss Fortune by Prairie Schooler. And I finished all of the dark color. It's brown black 3371. And I just have tiny bits left to do. They're not tiny, they're big bits, but it won't take me that long. I probably can have it finished before we film next week. So I just think it would be silly to put it away.
Yeah.
Have you decided if you're doing anything?
So what I've decided is I picked 2 projects, and then a third is just whatever project I feel like. But I was going to try to put 1,300 stitches into 3 different Halloween related
Wow.
pieces. So right now I've chosen Fright by Bent Creek because I
That's a
really
cute
feel that
one.
one. And then I picked Halloween Wreath from the Frosted Pumpkin. And then the third spot is just whatever rotating Halloween thing I feel like doing. I will tell you that I bought a pattern, and I'm going to have to look at what the actual name of the pattern is. But last week on Witchy Stitcher Day, I bought a couple of her patterns, and I bought this Vincent Price Master of Horror, and I love Vincent Price. I love Vincent Price. And so I have been resisting the urge to go because it's just DMC, and I'm sure that I have some fabric that I could use for it in my stash. I've been resisting the urge to go kit it up and start it.
I thought that you would probably end up pulling out your candy corn.
Oh, this is another purchase I'm going to make. So right now, and this will go up on Sunday, so you'll see it. This weekend, the Frosted Pumpkin is doing a sale on their Halloween related patterns. And they have released a new candy corn costume party. And it's hilarious. There is one that is dressed as an egg in a skillet. And I need it. I need it immediately. So I'll probably be buying that. And so then, yes, I'll have to resist the urge to also start that candy corn.
But how many candy corn do you have left on the first one that you already have started?
I think I have like 3 of them left. I should pull that out too. I want to work on everything. That's hard.
Katie is a big Halloween junkie when it comes to stitching. Well, she's just a big Halloween junkie, but she loves her Halloween stitching too. And I think I have fun with it when I am in the moment, but it's not something that I typically will pick up during the year. How are you?
Well, I like to stitch things in season, and then every once in a while I'm like, ooh, I want to work on that. So it's just kind of whatever catches my brain at the moment. The problem is with a lot of my Halloween, I just kind of put them away, and they're not in my normal rotation of things.
And out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and I have so many other things that I work on that sometimes they just don't come back out. But I just kind of like to stitch what I want to when I want to, and so I don't necessarily stitch in season all the time. But it's fun to stitch in season because a lot of other people do, and it's fun to, even if you're not doing a stitch along with them, to pretend like you are.
I just saw that one of my stitchy friends finished A Walk in the Woods by the Cricket Collection. That one is really, really pretty. It's an alphabet, and it has bugs and insects and leaves and
fun.
all sorts of very pretty things. And it's one that I've had in my stash for a very long time, and I would love to pull it out. So Katie and I will soon be getting ready for a couple more things. So this month is Halloween, and we're spending 2 days on each project. And then we will do our 12 days of stitching for the month of December, where we work on Christmas and winter things. And I'm excited to do that. But also we will be getting ready for our 24 for 24.
Oh, yes.
We will start 24 new projects throughout, 24 for 24. We will keep our projects that we've used in previous years and add enough to make 24, but that will also kind of bleed into, we will have 24 starts throughout the year.
Oh, wow.
That we designate as things we're starting.
Right.
So it's fun to think about what will go in that.
Mhm.
And this year it's been fun to use that. And I have crossed some off and not done them. And I've been okay with that. But it's interesting to see. And I know I have one that I thought, I'll just pick that up and do it next year.
Mhm.
I wasn't feeling it when it came time for it, and I had other things I really wanted to start.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to see what new things I would like to start next year. I know at the very least we're starting something together on Mother's Day
Mm-hmm.
because we've decided that that's our tradition. And I think we're going florals, we decided. So
We kind of halfway decided what it's going to be, right?
yeah.
But maybe we'll change to the one I kitted up at Color and Cotton.
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know how long I'll wait to start that. It's so
It
pretty.
is very pretty.
Okay, right there.
So
I'm almost done with my second color.
So do you get to dress up at school? Because Halloween is on a Tuesday this year.
Well, that's kind of an interesting question. So I think that we just kind of do a don't ask, don't tell.
Oh, okay.
And we could do that. But I will tell you that Katie bought me Halloween pajamas.
Ooh, fun.
And so we will be wearing Halloween pajamas for to wrap up our Humans versus Zombies.
Oh, yeah.
And it should be quite comical.
That'll be fun.
So now you have to come to that chat. And for that, you just need to be on our Facebook group, which is the Black Needle Society. And we'll put up a Zoom link on the last Saturday of the month, which I believe is the 28th.
Yes.
And we will stitch from 6 to midnight.
That'll be fun.
It should be a good time.
We kind of dress up at work, but it just has to be something that's not disruptive. Like last year, I
Right.
wore this shirt and I had some skeleton gloves.
I'll probably wear one of my, well, I don't know, if I wear those pajamas to work, then is there a hoodie on that? I haven't even pulled them out of the package to check it out. So I'll have to see what that looks like. But otherwise, I may wear one of my headbands or something fun.
We have not purchased a Halloween costume for James yet. We need to get on that.
Do you know what he's going to be, or will you decide when you get there?
Probably decide when we get to the costumes, because who knows what he'd like to be. We did yesterday. We bought him a shirt. That's like it's a Mickey Mouse shirt, but Mickey Mouse looks kind of scary. Like it's a kid's Halloween shirt because we bought something for him to go to the pumpkin patch in tomorrow, and we have not shown it to him yet because we figured if we showed him, he'd want to immediately wear it because that's how he gets.
I think that's how we all get sometimes.
It's like, ooh. So
Katie and I went to dinner theater last night, and we went shopping yesterday, and Katie found me a gorgeous jacket to wear, and I got stopped multiple times last night. That is so pretty. So that felt pretty good.
Nice.
It was kind of fun. It's all sequins, iridescent sequins, and on a black background.
Ooh, that does sound great.
And then I found a I found a light purple turtleneck to go under it. So
that's fun.
I was really happy with it.
Yesterday, I just wore my camp shirt from this year, and it has a snail at the top. And James just kept going, "Why are you wearing your snail?" But he calls it Snile.
Is that your snail's name? Snile.
Snile the snail. But he's like, "Why are you wearing your Snile?" I was like, "Just because that's on this t-shirt." And then he realized it matched the pillow I had in the living room, and he goes, "Oh, they are brothers." And I was like, "Yep, probably."
Okay, I am
You're getting to a good
finishing off the last half stitch here.
Ooh,
How
exciting.
about you?
Yep, I'm getting to a good spot. I'll let you show yours first. I gotta cover that.
I just have to
Go
get this
through
through here and then tie it up. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. And it's really funny because right now it looks like it is on a diagonal. I think it's just the nature of stitching this way. You know what? I can show you and tie it off here in a little bit. It does look wonky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It'll be better once it's,
Yeah, it's kind of
just
loose
full.
in there. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I got. I don't know if you can see both colors. I got the orange and the green.
I promise she did some green. And I did all of the purple in here and started on purple over there. So
And that's hard to see too.
and that's hard
right?
to see too. We promise we stitched while we were sitting
I was just coloring in.
to see how many you did.
I did 120 stitches during that
Ooh,
time.
That's pretty good. I have not
So-
colored in, so I have no idea.
That's always fun to color it in.
Great. Do that real fast. So I can tell you. But anyway, we hope that you had a good time stitching with us today. Let us know what you stitched on down in the comments because we'd love to know that.
And what kinds of things do you like to do during the fall?
I did 73.
Awesome.
So anyway,
Do you have traditions? What do you do? What do you like to do?
right. What do you like to drink? Are you a pumpkin spice latte? Are you a hot cider? Or are you a hot chocolate? Or are you a I'm just drinking water? We need to know. But
All the things. We need to know all the things, right?
Absolutely everything. And if you have any questions for us for another Stitch With Us video, let us know. Well, do you think we've rambled enough today?
I do. And we certainly have enough shenanigans coming up.
For sure. So I guess all that's left to say is bye.
Bye.
Have a good week.